Good evening, I'm Amanda Eiffel.
And I'm Hannah Bullock, reporting for North News.
Our top story this evening is of two incredible horses, Seabiscuit and Snowman. Both had incredible underdog stories and both achieved unbelievable things.
Everybody loves an underdog, and both of these horses achieved their feats during two hard times in American history. Each horse was beaten down and dogged upon, neither of them believed in, but all they needed to shine was a chance, and when given that chance, both horses could achieve incredible things. Both horses were taken from awful beginnings, Seabiscuit a scrawny track reject and Snowman an underfed plow horse.
Seabiscuit had his racing career shortly after the Great Depression, giving many people who had no hope something to cheer for and a hope for a brighter future. He had been mistreated as a young horse and raced and whipped too often, treatment which had turned him into an underachiever and a steady loser. He had his greatest success at a relatively old age, another reason for fans to embrace him. His story inspired a country burdened with hard times as a symbol of coming back through all odds.
That's interesting, Amanda. Snowman competed for the championship in the middle of World War II, one horse at a time and against extraordinary odds. Snowman competed to the top of the sport of show jumping. He was a poor country underdog competing against the world's most expensive horses. His story captured the heart of a war-stricken country, desperate for a symbol of second chances, of big dreams, and of unstoppable hope.
You know, Hannah, now that I think about it, Seabiscuit and Snowman sound a lot like Went the Day Well and Otis Barbatier.
Right, you are, Amanda. Went the Day Well won fourth in the Kentucky Derby last weekend, and Otis Barbatier won third in the Rolex 2 weekends ago. Both were underdogs as well, just like Seabiscuit and Snowman.
Yes, while neither of the modern underdogs had quite a rough start like Seabiscuit and Snowman did, they both accomplished great achievements in their competitions. While Went the Day Well crushed his competition in the Spiral Stakes earlier this year, he was considered too inexperienced to do well in the Kentucky Derby. Everyone was determined that the lightly raced colt didn't have the stamina to compete with the big shots and endure the distance of the Derby. He proved everyone wrong, even beating the top contender of the year, Union Rags, who was stuck at the back of the pack. Here's the race.
And they're off in Derby 1:38. Gemologist flashes early speed towards the outside. Triniberg is right up there, and so too is Bodemeister, with Daddy Longlegs right on the inside rail. And it is Bodemeister taking on Triniberg, and then on the outside, Gemologist is in third. Hanson the Grey between horses, with on the inside Daddy Longlegs. Those the first five. Followed then on the inside by Take Charge Indy, racing in sixth. Towards the outside, I'll Have Another is in seventh. Daddy Knows Best is in eighth. Around the outside, Liaison is racing in ninth. Creative Cause is in 10th. Dullahan is in 11th. Optimizer is racing in 12th. Alpha is 13th. Sabercat is 14th. Went the Day Well is racing in 15th. And these are then being followed by Prospective as they head down the back stretch. Rousing Sermon also towards the rear of the field. Union Rags only has two behind. Done Talking is last but one. El Padrino is last. The half in 45 and 1 at halfway in Derby 1:38, and Bodemeister leads the parade. Triniberg is in second. In third is Hanson. In fourth, towards the outside, is Gemologist. Then on the inside, Take Charge Indy, followed by I'll Have Another. Then Liaison with an awkward head carriage. He's very wide going around the turn. He's carried out Creative Cause. Rousing Sermon is now picking up ground towards the inside, together with Daddy Knows Best. Daddy Longlegs is right out the back of the field. So too is Prospective as the Derby field turns for home, and out in front it is Bodemeister. Bodemeister is clear by 3 lengths now to Hanson in second. Triniberg, I'll Have Another. Creative Cause is staying on down the outside. Dullahan is also picking up very deep on the track, followed by Liaison inside the final furlong, and it is Bodemeister and Mike Smith out in front. I'll Have Another, and Mario Gutierrez now come alongside. Dullahan still has a chance, and then Creative Cause, I'll Have Another, takes the lead in the Derby, and up the line, I'll Have Another wins the Derby. A first winning ride for Mario Gutierrez. It was I'll Have Another for Doug O'Neill and 25-year-old Mario Gutierrez, who took Derby 1:38.
Welcome back to North News. That's a great story, Amanda. Otis Barbatier has a similar story, though 3-day eventing is nothing like racing. Bred mainly for show jumping, no one considered the sleek Sel Francis capable of gaining enough points to succeed overall in the Rolex 2 weekends ago. Otis stunned everyone when he flew through the cross-country course, throwing himself into 7th before show jumping. He then dominated the show jumping course, racking up enough points to get 3rd overall, proving to everyone he has what it takes. Here's a clip of Otis's show jumping round.
Coming into today's final phase in 4th place, Boyd Martin, 32-year-old from West Grove, Pennsylvania, Australia-born, riding Otis Barbotier, the 10-year-old Celle Francais, Bay Gelding.
And I want to explain that Boyd and Karen have the same score of 51, but instead of being tied, they give it to the person who is closest to the optimum time on cross country. And Boyd was clear with no time faults. Karen was clear, had a few time faults, so that put Boyd in 4th and Karen in 5th. And that, that can be an issue. If he goes clear, he's ahead of her, and, it just makes a big difference in the placing. So
for sure. But Karen put some pressure on him with a clear ride. We'll see if Boyd and Otis Barbotier are up to it. So far, so good.
This horse historically is an excellent show jumper. This just requires these horses to be careful after being allowed to sort of rub and sort of roll over some of the fences on cross country that are so solid. These are very delicate. They sit in shallow cups, so just a slight tick of the hoof and they roll off.
You probably have recognized some of the jumps as being related to the great thoroughbred farms around Lexington, and indeed you're right, that was the Calumet farm doing that combination and the twin spires of Churchill Downs. Now over Rolex, longtime sponsor. This event is always referred to as the Rolex, and Boyd Martin is clear, so he met the challenge from Karen O'Connor there.
And as I have watched Boyd over the years, he has become an excellent show jumping rider. That was his.
Welcome back. Well, I think that's all the time we have for tonight, Hannah. If you'd like to find out more about how Seabiscuit and Snowman's underdog stories turned out and everything they accomplished, you can read Seabiscuit by Laura Hillenbrand and The $80 Champion by Elizabeth Letts.
I'll be sure to add both of those books to my reading list, Amanda. Who doesn't love a good underdog story? Thanks for watching North News. Good night, everybody.
Achieved unbelievable things.
Everyone loves an underdog, and both of these horses achieved great.
First for this evening is of 2 incredible horses, Seabiscuit,
Secretary.
These horses are both underdog horses and Good evening. I'm Amanda Eiffel.
And I'm Hannah Pohl.
Incredible horses, Seabiscuit and Snowball. And
both of you have done
in the Spiral Stakes earlier this year when he
I'm so sorry.
and as he
you could have just kept going.
You were